So the first presidential debate of 2016 is now one for the history books. And I think it's obvious to all of us who watched that Lester Holt is a tool in the Hillary Clinton tool bag. Isn't it obvious that he deliberately and intentionally favored her while trying to fluster Donald Trump? Uh, Once again, tossing underhanded softballs to Hillary while trying to beam Trump between the eyes with fastballs. What happened to the good old days when we had moderators like Jim Lara, who were actually professional and didn't play for one team or the other? It's like he was debating Hillary and the commentator. I mean, as Republicans, haven't we had enough with this crap? Isn't it time that we have a debate that's actually moderated by a conservative, and let Hillary be in the hot seat? Let her be the one to deal with the hot topics and the tough questions. Either that, or we could go back to the Jim Lehrer days and we can actually have somebody who's a fucking professional host our next debate. Because I'm getting sick of watching crap like that. It's really starting to piss me off. And I know a lot of other people out there are getting irritated with this as well. We have many hot topics in our country today that should be taking up all of our attention and the only things we should be talking about right now. And among those topics are the economy, creating jobs, putting Americans back to work, stopping our jobs from leaving our country, stopping foreign countries from using us as a piggy bank. Another thing would be crime, law and order, and the complete breakdown of. We're seeing it every night on the news. All across our country, our cities are in flames, cop cars being overturned, flagrant disrespect for the law. This is just a complete unraveling of society, and this should be something that concerns all of us. Also, we should be talking about terrorism, security of our country, how to defeat ISIS, how to end Al Qaeda, and all other terror groups that pose a threat to the American way of life. These are the things that we should be talking about. These are the things that should be at the top of our bullet point lists. But of course, the Democrats, their hot topics right now are, did Donald Trump really support the Iraq War? I can't believe how much fucking time they're dedicating to such a useless question and a nonsensical topic. Who cares if he supported it or not? Almost every single interview with him, he was opposed to the war. One time, off, just on the cuff, he said, "Yeah, I guess so," to Howard Stern. "Yeah, I guess so" is not a ringing endorsement of sending troops into war. And also keep in mind that Donald Trump was a private citizen at that time, and he got the same information that you and I got from the news media. He was not a senator. He didn't have the privilege of being briefed with classified information and intelligence that was gathered in the field like Hillary Clinton was. She was able to make an educated choice based upon intelligence that was placed on her desk for her to read. Donald Trump just saw the news like the rest of us, on the 6 o'clock news, or read the Newsday or whatever. Whether he did, whether he didn't, it's a bullshit topic. It's a time waster. It's just distracting people from what's important. Another hot topic the Democrats want to talk about is Donald Trump's tax returns. Why is he not releasing his tax returns? Who gives a shit what's in Donald Trump's tax returns? He's rich. We know that. He's a billionaire. Get over it already. He became a billionaire by building. He's in the construction business. He's created buildings and country clubs and other structures that create jobs, stimulate the economy, put people to work. He's earned every dollar that he's got. The Clintons, on the other hand, they've gotten rich in politics. Every dollar they got is dirty. They've become rich in public service, giving speeches to foreign governments and to Wall Street banks. You want to talk about Donald Trump's tax returns. You want to see what's in his tax returns. When is Hillary going to release the transcripts of the speeches that she gives on Wall Street? She loves to talk a good game, how she's going to really rein Wall Street in, and she's going to make it harder for them to make money on the backs of the American people. And some of these guys are going to get jailed if she becomes president. Do you think that that's in the speeches that she gives to them? Do you really think that they'd be inviting her back again and again and again and paying her millions of dollars to give speeches where she derides them and tells them how she's going to cut back on their profits and start to put them in fucking jail? No, that's not what she's telling them. And there's a reason why she's not releasing those transcripts, because she doesn't want us to know what she's telling them in those speeches. Another topic of the day, Donald Trump called former Miss Universe Alicia Machado Miss Piggy. Oh my fucking God, flaming boulders are falling from the sky right now. Is there anything worse in the Democrat universe than saying something that is sexist or racist or Islamophobic? Who gives a shit? Did you ever stop to think for 1 second that Alicia Machado had a contractual obligation to the Miss Universe pageant to maintain her physique for the entire year while she was making public appearances? It affects their brand, and it affects her employer, and it affects her too, because it's an indication of the kind of person she is if she can't live up to her obligations. So calling her Miss Piggy may not have been the nicest thing, but it certainly isn't the worst thing in the world you could say to somebody. There's a lot worse. It may not have been very nice, but I don't think it was that hurtful. Sorry, I'm just not feeling the pain on this one. Turns out that Alicia Machado was not a very nice person herself. She was accused of driving the getaway car from a murder scene in her country. She's also accused of threatening the life of a judge, then indicted her boyfriend. And then she goes on CNN last night and just dismissively says, well, I'm not a saint. And that really doesn't matter anymore, because what we're talking about now is Donald Trump is mean to me. Who the fuck gives any credence to that? Once again, the Democrats, led by Hillary Clinton, are putting forth another tool, another prop in their game, in their charade, in their whole thing of just confusing us with bullshit. She used Alicia Machado as a prop, just like she used the Khan family as a prop. It's disgusting how she works. And seriously, if you look at that debate, there were missed opportunities where Trump didn't say things he should have said and went off topic and went on tangents again. It's just the way that he is. He's not a professional politician. He's not going to perform that way in a setting like this. But he was on topic when it came to talking about the economy and how to create jobs and how to lower taxes to stimulate the economy. He gave proposals where Hillary talked about bullshit. I'm sick of it. She's had nothing for the past 6 weeks or 8 weeks, ever since the DNC convention. She's produced nothing other than accusations of sexism, racism, Islamophobia. This has been her entire game plan, and people have got to see through that. Hillary is the status quo candidate. Donald Trump is the change candidate. It's that simple. Do you want things to change, or do you want things to stay the same and probably get worse? Because they're going to get worse under Hillary. She isn't going to do a fucking thing any differently than she's ever done. And she's probably going to get even richer as president off the backs of the American people. Enough already.